So what is going on, everybody? Today we're actually going to be showcasing every item scheduled to come out in year 5 of season 1. You guys have to remember we are currently on a PTS, which is a test server currently on PC. So if you play on PC, you have total access to this for the Division 2. I believe it's going to go offline on Monday. So it's usually from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, nice little 4-day test. And then people give their feedback, and I think they plan on having one more. So this isn't scheduled to go live till season 1 of year 5, which is set to start in June. So we still have a little bit of time, but I did want to show you every item that they plan on coming. I know I showed you guys the AR, the green gear set. So let's talk about everything in this video. So let's first start with the 2 named weapons. They have the Cabaret and then they have the Big Show. So let's get into it and talk about what they do. So we'll start out with the new SMG, and you can see it has 800 RPM, 32 in the mag without even putting on an extended mag, and then you have 64,000 damage on there. So this one actually has SMG damage, crit chance, damage targets out of cover. But what really separates this one, and the reason it is a named talent, is because it perfect Thunderstrike, which deals 40% extra damage to shock targets. Now I feel like there's really only one good talent that gives shock, right? That's gonna be not shock, that does shock, and that is going to be our shock trap. And even then it's kind of like, well, that's situational. But I feel that if you have a team that has one of these weapons as their secondary, if you're using the new exotic assault rifle that causes shock, and we'll explain that in a second, it could work good together. So that's why I think perfect Thunderstrike could work there, unless they introduce some new skill that does shock, some type of shock damage too. So that is how I feel like this is going to work good. It'll work good with someone running the new St. Elmo's engine, and we'll talk about that in a second. But let's get into the Big Show. The Big Show is the same thing. It's the MG5, so it's the name MG5, 800 RPM, 50 in the mag, and then obviously you guys can put one of those ammunition belt slots on there, and you get another 50, I believe. So you could be sitting about 100. Now, if you look right here, it says perfect Thunderstrike, deals 40% extra damage to shock target. So the same talent that you saw on the SMG is on the named MG5, the Big Show. So yeah, another one. I really believe that if you pair this with the new exotic assault rifle, which is also coming, which I'll show you right now, and I talked about it a little bit later, this right here, shooting an enemy with this weapon will give 1 stack at 100 stacks, the next magazine to be filled with shock ammo. So that would be 70 in the mag, right? So if you get 70 in the mag and you're shooting that and your teammates are using either one of those new named weapons, that could work good. I don't really see people shooting them with the St. Elmo's and then swapping to another one. I just don't really see that working that way, man. Like, it's, you're gonna be swapping, and shock, even the amount it lasts, I mean, you could, I'm not saying it's not possible, but I really feel like it's going to be more of a team build. Like, you'll have teammates running this and then one person running this weapon, right? And if you guys haven't seen the video, the St. Elmo's engine, it is an MP5, and the reason why it has 892 RPM is because this one comes with assault rifle, health damage, and 5% rate of fire. You get 70 in the mag, and that's because of the optics on it. So we have 20% critical hit damage, 30 plus rounds for the magazine. We have 20% weapon handling and 20% critical hit chance. So that's just something for you guys to keep in mind. And then obviously we explained it, shooting an enemy with this weapon will give you 1 stack. Now once you get 100 stack, you refill the next magazine with shock ammo, which is 70 rounds, right? And I really feel that those 2 named weapons plus the new exotic AR is going to work hand in hand. I really feel like it's pretty cool how they are doing this. So I think this will be great for team play. So yeah, those are the 3 named weapons. One side note, there is a named version, just a non-named version of Thunderstrike, and it deals 30% extra damage. So you could put that on any weapon. So the perfect talent is 40%, and then Thunderstrike regular one at this moment is 30%. So you'll be able to get that talent too to put into your library, and that's coming in season 1. So let's continue on. The next thing I want to dive into is the new brand set called Electric, and I believe that's how you pronounce it. It comes with 10% status effects. It comes with 20% shock resistance and 10% SMG damage. So we can call this pretty much electric. Obviously the 10% status effects is going to help on those status effects. The 20% shock resistance will help against enemies trying to shock you. And then obviously you guys know 10% SMG damage gives 10% SMG damage. Now, these seem to all come with yellow cores, so you'll have to find the exact rolls you want and then roll them over. So they're always, it looks like since it is a yellow gear set, your core attribute will always be skill tier, and then you can swap that and you'll have to hopefully get the attributes you want, unless when you see health and skill haste. So yeah, that is the 3-piece. There are 2 named versions of this, right? So you have the named backpack, which is going to give you perfect galvanize, which I think is amazing. Applying a blind, a snare, confuse, or shock to an enemy grants 50% of your armor as bonus armor to you and all allies within 30 meters of the enemy for 10 seconds. So that's actually pretty good, right? If you have a nice tank build, you can give that armor back. You know, you've seen people running like 2 million, 2.2 million armor builds now. And imagine giving a 1.2 million back to your teammates for the 50%. That would actually be pretty cool. So that is actually pretty cool. So they have the perfect galvanize that comes on the backpack of that brand set. And they have the chest piece, which, let's see, where is it? Let's see, pull it up. Comes with perfect companion, which is weird because this is actually a backpack talent, the regular version, right? But the perfect version of this comes on the chest piece. While you are within 10 meters of an ally or skill, total weapon damage is increased by 20%. So it seems like we're getting a lot more different chest piece talents that we can start using, besides having to use some of the fan favorites that we typically use, like Obliviate or even Perfect Spotter or things like that. You'll be able to run other things, and Perfect Companion seems like a great option for people who are always with their team or near their skill. They're gonna have that 20% increase weapon damage. So pretty cool there to see. So you have Perfect Companion, Perfect Galvanize. So those are our 2 new named talents. Well, named chest piece, named backpack. We have the new brand set, and then obviously, guys, we have the new gear set, which I think is going to be great for team play. Remember, the 2-piece gives you 30% hazard protection, the 3-piece gives you 40% repair skills, and the 4-piece is where this is actually pretty good. Let me put a 4-piece on, that way it actually pops up real quick. There you go. So you can see the 4-piece has a talent called charging, which has charging and charge. So charging, for every second you spend out of cover, which typically you are during combat, agents will gain 5% reduced incoming damage from any skills. Max is 50%. Now where it gets even better is when it's fully charged, you gain immunity to any movement speed debuff, and you share this alongside with all of your other agents' hazard protection and skill damage reduction with all allies for 10 seconds. So you're going to be sharing that hazard protection and skill damage reduction to all your allies for 10 seconds in your group. That's pretty amazing. Now, after charge is consumed, charging buff will resume. So it'll go back to charging, and that's if still in combat and out of cover. So if you stay out of cover, you're still in combat, it'll just recycle, which is very cool. Now, this one is a blue core attribute set, so you're always gonna have blue rolls, and then you'll have to roll those attributes later. So that's just something for you to keep in mind. So that's pretty cool, right? Now, there is a backpack talent for, if you wanna use a backpack talent for this new green gear set, you have safe charging. So its charger gives 10% protection per second. So while it's charging, you get 10% protection per second. So that's pretty cool there. And then the chest piece, which I think a lot of people will probably use, increasing charger max incoming skill damage protection to 70%. So when it's charging, instead of having a max of 50% incoming skill damage reduction, you're gonna get 70%. So that's pretty cool right there. So I think there's gonna be a lot of different ways to run this, but those are if you're gonna run the chest and the backpack. But yeah, that new green gear set, I can see so many people, especially if you like playing in Dark Zone. You guys know how status effects become an issue very quick. Even stuff that keeps players from moving. this is going to be something pretty cool. Now there's one last item that is actually coming, and it's the Shocker Punch, and this is the exotic holster. So this one comes with armor, explosive resistance, and hazard protection. Now the talent on this is called while Shocker Punch is equipped, the agents will have 50% time reduction when being stunned by any electric skill, which sounds pretty cool. But look at this, using a shield will give 100% to melee damage. Now, also using the Senate will give an extra 100% melee damage. So that's gonna be a total of 200 melee damage if you're using the new exotic rifle. Now, if you guys don't know why I say that, is because Senate is the placeholder name for the new exotic rifle. So if you use that, well, the assault rifle, you'll get that. So you get 200. And this is where it gets pretty cool. You apply shock to any enemy you hit with a melee 5-meter radius. So that's pretty cool too there. So if you guys are using this, you get the benefit of, you have 50% time reduction when being stunned by any electric skill. So that means you'll get out of faster, but you can actually cause shock to other enemies and gain a buff by using a shield and using the new exotic rifle. So I imagine a lot of people will probably use the Crusader shield because you can use weapons with it, right? And then if you use the Senate, aka St. Elmo's engine, well, you'll also get the benefit right here. So that is the new exotic. So there's 2 new exotics coming. And I would like to say this is probably all going to be part of the year pass. So you guys know we always have the season pass. You have the free track that has everything, and then you have the premium track. So this is all probably be on the free track. And these will be items that you get as you guys go through that season, because usually we get 2 exotics on that track. And if these are the only exotics we're getting, the only gear set, which is typically we've only got 1 gear set and then 1 brand set, yeah, this seems to be everything that we will get in season 1 of year 5. So this will be coming, guys, in June. This is the PTS. This is going to be going on for another day. They'll go back, they'll take notes of everything, they'll keep working on everything. They're working on that new game of Descent, and obviously I wanted to cover the brand sets and the gear sets and the exotics that are coming. So we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Hey, I appreciate the support, appreciate the love. I will see you guys in the next one, but until then, hey, nothing but skills out. Take it easy, everybody.